Hi, welcome to another session of Wing Chun. In this session, I'd like to talk about some experience I have. I was sitting there one day and searching for the internet, as I always do, looking through a bunch of more Bart Cham Dao to acquire. It's kind of an obsession of mine, and it's become a collection. Not only do I collect swords, but in particular, I collect a bunch of Bart Cham Dao. And I realized that there's none on the market that I really want to buy. One of the reasons is that I have already, I already have 5 Bart Cham Dao and 1 butterfly sword. And I find that they are like, in fact, all different designs. There's no one particular design that is, say, this is the Bart Cham Dao design. Not like a katana or something where it has to follow a certain specific design criteria. They kind of like are like knives. Knives come from every shape, every size, every thicknesses. There's like a million type of designs for knives. And Bart Cham Dao seem to fall under that category. Whoever has access to a blacksmith will want their Bart Cham Dao fashioned a certain shape, a certain way. And that's all fine. And because I've owned 5 pairs and I play with them constantly, I begin to realize what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of each and every design. So I've come to the conclusion that I can't find one that I like now online that anybody sells on the internet. Nobody makes it the way I want it to, because I realize for myself that I need certain traits and certain design criteria in the next one that I purchase, which nobody makes. So I've come across a website which I've always been buying Bart Cham Dao from, which is Everything Wing Chun. And there is a section where you could make your own, design your own. You give them a sketch, they design it, and they send it to you. Oh, fabulous. Only thing is, it's not that cheap. It'll cost you, $400 to $500 for the blade and another couple of $100 for the handle. So altogether, it can cost you up to $700 to $800 to make a complete pair of Bart Cham Dao for you. I, however, don't have that much money for now, but I myself can actually do the handle if you're a handyman. So I asked, can you just make me the blade and I make the handle myself? And they inquire, and then they said sure. So it's going to cost me, in upwards of $400 to $500. So I said okay, and I went and designed it, and I had it made. I want you to go through to show you the process. They cannot make revisions and then redo it over and over again. They can only make it one shot, because if they make it over and over again, then the cost of making it will go up. Also, that each sword is different, so every time they quote you, it would be a different price. So if you go and quote them again for your swords, they might not be the same price. And you cannot sketch it on a paper towel or a scrap piece of paper, because then they will charge you extra for redrawing the plans. I, for one, I am a designer, so I don't have a problem designing things. That's what I do on a day-to-day basis. So I draft them a very accurate and precise plans, same size, same everything, very accurate plans. And even though it was still a learning process for me, I sent it to them and I got it made. The only thing is that it takes many months to arrive, around 4 to 6 months. It took mine 5 months and a few weeks. Got stuck at customs, and then I waited those excruciating 5 months, and I finally got it. And then the process, I was quite happy with it. The only thing that I wasn't so happy is just that it's a learning process. They mailed me a picture and I okayed it and they sent it to me. But I wanted it tapered. I wanted the still tapered, meaning the blade I wanted thinner at the end. And that was something very difficult for them to do, and I would have had to go back and forth with them. I didn't know that it was going to be a problem because I didn't know that I needed it specifically that way until I had it in my hand and I realized that it was a bit too heavy and I'm having a trouble balancing the sword. So, but they cut it extremely accurately. I asked for 440 carbon, and it's extremely hard metal, and it's sharpable to razor sharp. I didn't want it sharp, but they did an amazing job, and that's the process. First thing you do is sketch it out. Sketch out how you want your Bart Cham Dao to look. Okay, now this is obviously a recreation of what I was doing, but and you might, might want to just do something here. You might want a folder. You might want to grind, what have you. You can always take something existing from the internet and draw it out, modify it, and see what kind of design you would want. And that's the first step you do. Now, obviously, I didn't do it to size, but once again, when you start doing this better now, figure out what kind of design you would like, you do need to do this actual size. Then the next step is now to then transfer this onto cardboard. You would practice with this and you would actually do certain things at your practice using the cardboard to see how well it works. And then you go from there and then you would improve the shape. And the next one I did was this. Now you can see it's all taped like crazy. Why? Because I've done certain modifications, and if I didn't like them, I did this combination here where there's a niche here, and then I put these things here to stop blades from coming down here. And I reshaped this 1,000 times and reshaped everything many different times. And now once you're happy with that, and there a lot of practices goes through here with the staff, with the blade, and I sat with this for several months until I'm absolutely happy with this. Then the next one, I just finished that off. And this now, then I practice with this to see the functionality of it. And once again, I practice with this and practice with that, with the sword, with the staff, see how that works. And once that worked, this is the actual sword that I used, and I've drafted this accurately, put it on a PDF, and in actual size, and sent it to them. And they are going to be able to make this in 440C carbon, and they would do an exact duplicate of this cardboard shape. So I hope this would shed some light into what you want to do. If you wanted to make one for yourself, you have a unique design that specifically you think suits you better, you might go that route. So here it is, and hope you like it, and have a nice day. Bye.